Insights of All Trades podcast. Get up, main area.
Yeah.
Home stretch.
Yeah, and so like I'm pushing through, I'm feeling good. And then it got real tough for me because I got dumped.
Oh man.
So my girlfriend of 3 years, we broke up, and like I got 2 weeks ago, and that sent me into like a whole nother like challenge. Like it was like one last challenge to end this, which was in terms of like it sucked, but like in terms of like I started out it was really freaking hard, and I might as well end this with something really freaking hard.
Right.
And so that's why, I was pushing bigger miles in those times, and like really, really got into my head about like who I am, what I want to do. And like, I don't, especially like now more than ever, like I can't fall back into those old ways. And like, I got to be a new person now. This is like a total like release into the world of like a new, fresh start. Because it's funny, like most people will through hike because they got dumped. I did the through hike and then I got dumped. But so like that was like in that I did the 100-mile wilderness in 3 days, which is like pretty fast. I was doing like 30-mile days, and yeah, I don't know. That was definitely the final like big challenge, because my body was fine. Like I was cruising through there. I mean, I wasn't like eating normally. I could only eat Snickers bars, but and my water filter,
What
like
a diet.
Yeah, I would eat like only Snickers bars and peanut butter for the last 2 weeks.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was like, it happens to every through hiker.
And still losing so much weight.
Oh yeah, I was at the skinniest. Like I was under 160. Like haven't been there in a while, which makes it even crazier, because I hiked, like 2,000 miles, and you walk all day, and you can't possibly eat enough, and I was still 20 pounds more than I wrestled in college.
That's unreal. So this one might be a lot to unpack. I don't know. And stuff we touched on throughout it. But if you could do anything differently for the exact same hike, what would you tell yourself, say, a month out before you left for the AT?
That's tough. I gotta think about that.
Unless, you think it crafted you in such a way, and you had such a good mental frame shift because of it. Maybe you don't wish you did anything differently. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. Like there's little stupid gear choices, like, but like that stuff doesn't really matter. Like, no, I don't think I wish I did anything differently. I mean, I probably would have been easier to be in a little better shape and like lose weight before that, but it was kind of in my head. Like I was really stressed about how much I weighed, and like I knew it wasn't healthy. And like I would try to run. Like I was like, I'm gonna sign up for a half marathon, and I'm gonna try to train for this. Even if I can't run the half marathon, like in training for this, I will lose weight and I'll get better, blah blah blah. And like I got the worst shit months of my life trying to train for that. Like I couldn't even walk the next day after I would run like 3 miles. So like gave up on that, and it was like in this dark place where like I really wanted to change. And knowing that I had the trail coming up was what kept me like sane through that experience. So I don't know, all that to say I probably wouldn't change anything. Like I think it had to happen the way it did. And like I've grown a lot and learned a lot about myself, but I've also like reaffirmed a lot of stuff that I thought that I knew already. And like
what? Just,
like like even out like Messiah and watching the elite wrestlers, and watching like on Instagram, watching these hikers, and like knowing what it takes to really get after goals and like challenge yourself and have fun with it. Like all those lessons I've learned throughout my life, I feel like I finally was putting them all together, out on the trail. Because it's like, I feel like I did leave some on the table with my wrestling career. I did, because I stopped after my freshman year in high school, and I could have gotten better grades in engineering. I feel like I didn't really. I just got my degree. I didn't really go try that hard. I was just getting by. So I feel like this was something that I really applied myself fully to, and I think it was very rewarding, and it's something I want to continue in my life, of just being like really enthusiastic about your goals, not being ashamed of what you're dreaming of, and then just chasing it with everything you have and being obsessed. And that's stuff that was in my head and that I knew, and I've had these examples in my life, but I never really fully committed to that. So I feel like a lot of things came into this experience, and it's like hard to pick anything I really learned.
I got you. I think you gave the perfect answer. I got the chills listening to you. I feel that I hope at least one person listening to that answer gets inspired. Maybe not to hike the AT, but maybe to do something they've been putting off. Making some change, pursuing some higher vision.
Yeah, do it.